Kathy Vick, Deeply Awake, Chats, 2017. I'm entitling this No Doubt. It's only been the last several minutes that I've really let an aha moment ground in my body. And it's a big one. It's huge and it needs to be discussed. I may channel as part of this, I may. Cryon just put out a tape. Who is God? In it, they want us to know that God is a who, and that we're part of the who. But they said, just imagine someone in your life that you've known from childhood. Maybe it's your child, a nephew, whatever, someone that you know who's a child who you're invested in. Maybe they're already grown up. Maybe they're a teenager. Maybe they're an infant. But for a moment, just imagine that they're 7 or 8. And they're snuggled up in bed, sleepy. And you're standing at the doorframe, looking at this little person. As your heart just breaks open in love that you didn't even know you could possess, that you could come to know and appreciate. And here it is breathing you for this wee one. Oh, the love. Oh, the perfection. Oh, the hope. The exuberance, the innocence, the promise. The mystery. Imagine that little tyke stirring and looking up at you at the door. And their face looks worried and a little sad. And they say, "Do you love me? Really love me? I don't feel it. Do you love me?" "Mommy, do you love me? Daddy, do you love me?" What's your response? Just your physical body, the part of you that knows what's what. What is your response? Is it from the door jamb to look down with a sneer and say, well, it's best you carry that doubt. It's going to grow you up nice and strong. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself. That you don't know makes me question whether loving you is a good idea or not. Or is it more along the lines of rushing over to that kid, pulling them into your arms and rocking them and saying, oh baby, forgive me for not being clear. Oh, let me tell you how I love you. Let me explain to you why. Let me tell you about your beauty. Let me tell you what moves me to tears just thinking about you when I'm driving to work. Don't worry about a thing, dear one. If you ever worry, if you ever question, all you do is ask, oh God, I love you. I'll spend the rest of my days explaining to you why, so you'll never, ever question. Oh, I love you so much for being brave enough to ask, for caring enough to want the response to be yes. Of course I do, dear one, of course. That second response is a shadow of what Creator feels for us when we're in our dark night of the soul. I stood by someone, and sometimes my soul would feel raw, and I would say, I just need to know. Please tell me. The answer was always no. No, I'm not going to. It's good you feel doubt. And I was devoted. And that relationship is nothing but a metaphor for the way that I lived. What I thought was normal. What I thought was love. Okay, baby, we take over now. Okay. We have not been here for a while. There has been adjustments in the, we would say the amplitude, rather than any other term, amplitude. But what we mean to say is that we are given the image of a very large size of a person, type of block of energy that moves, and it is going through the torso. Both directions, and then all directions. Okay. With this being run, there is more coherence. Coherence now, we want to remind you. Do we have the post coming out of the nose? Maybe so. We got to check. Let us remind you of the chakra system. Yes, there's a 7 chakra system everyone works from until they understand what is available to them is not just an 8 chakra system, but a full complement of, well, we say 12. This is a very, it's all metaphor. There are energies that can be unlocked, and they are interwoven. They are quantum in that they are entangled. And you get to this 12, which is actually 24 spinning balls of what we reluctantly at this point call energy, each innovating, so to speak, a layer, so to speak, of DNA, so to speak. Ha! These 24 spinning balls, well, Of course, you can see that they line up. Isn't that a pretty visual? But it is an entangled state, a quantum state, which is available to all with the ascension energies coming through. How do you get there? You do not get there with the 7, dear. Focusing on the heart, this is the whole point. A target, we say. In the 7 base chakra system, top and bottom, together in circle, and then a circle, and then a circle. Boop. Well, That's linear. We wish to remind you of the 8 chakra system, which is actually a great assistance in opening a portal. The 8th chakra being in the back of the brain, connecting. It is multidimensional, connecting the pineal with the heart and the throat. And of course the crown, well, you know, it kind of goes without saying, but it needs to be said. Then this infers that all of the systems of course are interconnected, with each making beautiful connections with all others in the pattern of the 8 in hourglass infinity symbols. The smoothness and fluidity of movement, of energy, assists in the completion of the initiation of a process, we say. We know that this particular information bars the one before you. That's fine. There are others who wish to know now at this time how to help themselves. Well, you know, it's helpful to have the vision come online, because it's not just vision, dear ones. We have explained this. The pineal, well, it can crack open and come online at any time. Connect it. Connect it. Sure, it's lovely to have visions. Sure, it's fun to have more information. However, we ask you please to understand that true coherence and movement forward comes from true within. And because of the heart, there is a connection between the vision and the heart. The heart is the greater of the vehicle's brains. So as the heart comes online and you hear the story of the little kid being looked at by a parent, it is shocking to think, is it not, that some parents would withhold reassurance. Certainly, lovers do this. Spouses do this. Even children and parents do it. Why? Unfortunately, fear and love are combined. Fear is very, very strong in many when it comes to opening up and allowing love to flow. It is not about getting, it is not about giving, it is about flow. Mutuality. Flow. Lack of resistance is another way of saying flow, you know. Who is the more resistant parent? Who is more resistant to love? The parent who at the door says, well, I have a plan for you. It will help you in the end. I will not tell you if I love you. You will have to discover this for yourself. If you do not discover it for yourself, it means nothing. So I will neither confirm nor deny the rumors of my love for you. Well, that's one approach. And in Nahasha energy, a very profound philosophical approach. However, this is the time of authenticity. It is a time of expression. It is the time of flow. Who is more resistant? The one who says, well, you know, there are some rules, there are some programs that you can avail yourself to, and you will learn much about my love. Or the one who rushes to the baby and says, oh my God, oh, please forgive me for not showering you with so much love that you have to ask that question, dear one. Oh my. May I please tell you of your magnificence now? Please? May we please have a little bit of time? May I snuggle beside you and tell you a story? How can I find a way to delight you? To confirm your innate awareness of my undying and profound admiration, respect, and love for you. It's hard for some to believe that God feels this way about them when they have troubles, you know. It is the troubles that cause much of the doubt, yes. Well, if I had money, then I wouldn't feel so scared. If I had love in my life, then I would not feel so alone and scared. If I had this, if I had that, if I had the other. Well, we are happy to work with people on their preferences, understanding there are many things that can come in the way of the human being and the realization of their preferences. Many things which have little to do with God's ability or willingness to lend assist, and everything to do with the way that the consciousness is positioned within the vehicle, what the vehicle expects, what signals it throws out to its neighbors. And this you must be conscious of, sure. But ask for help. You are not damaged. You've not done anything wrong. You are just simply wanting things to get better, right? To feel that love when you are in doubt, right? It is true. Help is no longer on its way. Help is here. Oh. We are giving visuals, and it is quite astounding. The energy available, the entanglement being much more, how would you say, palpable now. Yes, you have help. Oh, you have help. So much help. The face has been morphed into many different faces. Now with a misshapen nose and eyes that stare off weirdly. What are these manifestations? Well, friends. Simply friends. This is the cleave, this is the leaving of a consciousness, a paring away from peeling, pulling, disengaging. A slow process, one that has been written about again and again and again. Drilling deeper, going further, day by day, wanting now only to surrender. to the new, knowing who stands at the doorframe need only see stirring. To know much demonstration of love and kindness is in order. Respecting that child enough to want to know what would feel good to you, dear one. But knowing simple presence, simple reassurance, reaching in and touching. That can make the difference during a particularly hard, dark night. We say the lights have come up. We found it very, very happy. Accidents? Sandra Volta? Oh my. What a beautiful leader you have in the Sandra Volta. She communicates to you about the sun so eloquently. We ask that you avail yourself to her knowledge. She understands and is able to articulate how to use the solar energy for reality construction. It is time to fly. It is time to stand up, take a look around, and know much that you see no longer belongs to you. Once cherished, perhaps helpful to others, but in their hands only, no longer needing to be kept here. What release, what relief, what revelation. We are gratified for this one's plans, and we will be there. Fear not, and be of good cheer. Much was revealed today. Much internal confirmation, seeing now why the directive needing to be with those who are unafraid, or far more common, those who might be quaking in their shoes and go ahead and do it anyway. Yes, dear one, the best comes now. These are not gifts, they are inheritances. You know who put them in the will for you to realize? You did. And so we end with the vision we gave to this one in 2012. The vision was not even online, but we gave her a picture. One she had to fall into and feel with her body. Green rolling hills and a little castle We say, this is your inheritance. She say, but I don't live there. We say, no, you don't understand what we mean by inheritance. These bricks that you see are weather beaten, pitted, and crumbling in places because of their antiquity. You laid the bricks. You put yourself in the will. You have not earned this. It is simply returning to you, your own creations. This is what you can expect. At the same time, we give her a little picture of a faucet and said, well, you know, the only thing coming out of here is water, right? Well, it is if that's all you can expect. But if you understand that from this tap can drip diamonds, perfect love, benevolent situations, happiness, rubies, sapphire, you get the picture? But if the only thing that a tap can provide is water, well then okay. Okay. What did we just do? We planted the seed. Try looking at the faucet the same way again. It is the time for what would appear to be miracles. Oh yes, they are miracles. Sure. Take a look. Take a step back and study it. In your leisure, you will see. Inevitable. On time. Strangely comfortable and familiar while being completely new. Enjoy that. It is but one of the gifts from the tap. Does this happen in the future, some far way off? Maybe after months of more study and learning and emoting and crying? No, it's been happening and it will continue to happen. Okay? Remember the judgment card. The worst is over. There's an angel in the clouds that you can see blowing on a long horn saying, hey, guess what? It's over. You did it. What you're left with, you're left with. It's over. Hard times are over. So if there's frustration, if there's pain, if there is withholding of love, that is your core. That is the one who knows the truth and who is the inheritor. Riding around with you is also the one scripting that will. And further, there are many who know of other castles you yourself built by hand here and elsewhere, dear ones. With this we close. We have much to do today. It must be taken care of in a good way, and do so we begin, or we continue with many aha moments completed, and strangely a relaxation in the physical vehicle that has not been there for quite some time. So we go put on party clothes and go play and celebrate and smile and laugh and connect and even maybe dance a little bit, maybe, never know. Be of good cheer if you're not 30-30. Haha. Multiples throughout now. It's very common at this point, isn't it cute? Yes, we think it's very cute. So, if you are having a moment when you are feeling doubt that you are loved by Creator, or that you have a place here, or that you are worth anything because nobody gives a damn about you or whatever, well, we ask you please, we pray, you please, quiet. Ask, am I loved? Is there a Creator? Is there a bigger entity at my doorway looking in on me? Wanting me to be happy? Needing me to know how perfect and beautiful and magnificent I am? Is it true? Simply ask. Simply ask. You will see. The situations in your life and the people in your life which limit flow fall away. In those precious moments, you ask, standing purely in surrender, needing the peace that comes with knowing for sure.